Chapter 6. The Last Detox. "Set your bag up here," says the same tall, sturdy woman who greeted me at the Bay Ridge Hospital when I arrived 2 hours ago. She points to an ancient-looking wooden table to my left. I do as she says and lift my small piece of luggage onto the table, the same luggage I carried onto the plane for my honeymoon last month. Ronnie and Jack waited with me for a little while, but as soon as it became clear that my intake process wouldn't be quick, they left. I'm glad. There's no reason they should have to spend their 4th of July at a hospital instead of watching fireworks. I hope that's what they're doing, having fun, enjoying the show. The lady unzips the suitcase, flipping the top up against the wall. She removes each piece of clothing, shaking my undergarments and shirts, checking the pockets of my jeans, unrolling the socks, and turning them inside out. The bag itself undergoes a similar, thorough search before she returns its contents. "Put this under your tongue," she says as she places a plastic-covered thermometer in my mouth. She wraps a blood pressure cuff around my upper arm and pumps the rubber ball until the wrap squeezes tight. The pressure feels good. For a second, it makes me forget about what's coming. Ripping the cuff away, she smiles. "Everything looks normal." I smile back, although we both know there's nothing normal about a 31-year-old mother of 2 reporting for detox. 5 minutes later, a male staff member arrives to escort me to my room on the 2nd floor. We walk along a corridor to the elevator, where we ride in silence. I'm too tired to make small talk, and at the moment, I couldn't give 2 shits about the weather. After going through a locked door, the man and I walk along another hallway. This one is lined with bedrooms. The place looks dated and worn, like it's been here since before I was born. And it smells just as old and musty. I'm guessing there are no open windows. But I have to be grateful. My goosebumps tell me there's air conditioning. A few minutes later, my guide leaves me in a room on the right. I place my bag at the foot of the bed and sit. As I look around the room, I can't help but feel sorry for myself. It sucks that I'm here again. Not in this particular brightly lit room with white walls and poor decor, but a virtual prisoner sharing a room with my cellmate. The only upside is that I'm alone for now. The other bed in this double room is taken, but empty at the moment. I'm not happy to be here. I don't feel relieved or saved. I feel like a failure, which is, I'm sure, exactly how my mother felt. "How's it going?" The sound of a man's voice makes me jump. "Fine," I say instinctively, before looking in his direction. It's not the same guy as earlier. "There are snacks in the milieu if you want something." "Thanks, but what I really want is a cigarette." "Sorry, last smoke break of the night was an hour ago. I can give you a patch." "I'll take what I can get," I say with a chuckle. I don't want him to think I'm needy, but it's been a couple of hours and I'm already feeling irritable. After he turns to leave, I lie down and stare at the ceiling. People are talking and laughing somewhere down the hall, and there's a television playing in the background. I can still hear an occasional firecracker in the distance. All I have to do is get through the next few days. Then I can go home and start the rest of my life. It's been 3 days since I arrived at Bay Ridge, and what I want most now is a shave. I haven't had access to a razor since I got here. My armpits are itchy, and my leg stubble feels like sandpaper. That's not how I want my new husband to see me when he picks me up tomorrow. Mr. Big, a floor technician aptly named for his size, is sitting behind the pony wall of the nurses' station. He's the same guy who doles out the comfort meds and takes us smokers outside every 2 hours. Unlike Addison Gilbert, there's no smoking room here. Of course, that was also 17 years ago. Since Mr. Big works so many hours, we've talked a lot and established a rapport. I'm sure he sees me exactly as I want to be seen, as a normal person who got messed up, and not as one of the crazies here in the dual diagnosis ward. I need a razor, I say. Okay, he says, glancing up from his paperwork. I'll let you know when somebody is available to come and watch you shave. I laugh, sure he's joking, but he's already gone back to his writing. Seriously? Seriously, he says, looking up again. We can't let you have a razor without supervision. That's ridiculous. My voice is sharp, indignant, and my body is suddenly tense. I'm ready for a fight. Sorry, he says. Those are the rules. I can feel the heat in my face, and I know he can see it. I'm embarrassed and ashamed. I'm not suicidal. My voice cracks with the threat of tears. If I wanted to kill myself, I wouldn't have checked myself into this place. I start to walk away, but turn back to him. I'm a friggin' law student, I say, as though that makes me sound more respectable than the low-bottom drug addict I feel like. But Mr. Big is unimpressed. He has no intention of bending the rules. Fuck him, I think, as I go to my room to wait for one of the female staff to come for the Watch Me Shave show. Thankfully, I only have to do this for one more day. I don't think I could handle any more than that. I'm ready to go home to my kids and to Ronnie, and I can't wait to get back to school. I'm about to start my second year at the Massachusetts School of Law. I never did try to get back into Suffolk, although they might have let me continue had I told them about my addiction. Instead, I applied to MSL almost a year after the Suffolk dismissal. I was clean at the time, and in my application essay, I wrote honestly about my prior law school experience. MSL requested a meeting, and I agreed. I would have done just about anything to get my legal career back on track. The meeting room setup at MSL was eerily similar to the appeal hearing room at Suffolk. I was seated at its head like Ward Cleaver at the dinner table. That was where the similarities ended. Sure, this was serious business, but unlike the Suffolk meeting, the faces of the men and women in this room were friendly. Of course, they did have an advantage that the others didn't. I'd been mostly honest with this group. My head and conscience were clear. After some introductions, the dean began. Obviously, we've all read your essay, so we know some things about your history, but we'd like to know more. I'll just let everybody ask whatever questions they have. He looked around the room. One of the professors spoke up. I just want to say that I think your honesty is admirable. It's brave of you to share all of this with us. Several of the others nodded. Thank you, I said, feeling strong. How long have you been drug-free now? Asked one of the men. 3 months, I said, although it had really been a little less. That's not a very long time, a woman said. Do you think you're ready for this? Law school is rigorous. Of course, I knew exactly how difficult law school was after completing nearly 3 semesters at Suffolk, although I was high the whole time. Absolutely. I'm taking care of myself, and as long as I keep doing that, I'll be okay. By the time the meeting was over, I already knew I'd be accepted. Since I've been on summer break anyway, they don't know I relapsed again or that I'm in treatment. Classes will be starting back up next month, and I have every intention of getting it right this time. This year, I'm going to do things differently. I'll show up on time and sit up front. I don't ever plan to come back here or to a place like it. I've had more than enough of graham crackers and decaffeinated tea to last me a lifetime. I'm going to stay sober. I should be with my family, and I need to be free. Maybe the timing of my being here wasn't a coincidence. After all, my sobriety date is Independence Day.